in there. He's very cute. But anyways, we're so grateful. Bring him in. I know people like him probably more than us. Since we've been doing Facebook Live during COVID, people are always like, "Where's Jackson?" And I'm like, "Thank you for tuning in for us. He's here." But we're so grateful to be here. We had 2 different tours canceled due to COVID, and so it got Rona'd, as I call it. But we're so thus far we have a month-long tour scheduled, and we've only had 2 gigs canceled. So we're socially distancing and just plowing through, and we're going to sing you some music. We sing Americana, which really means nothing. It just means that you don't fit anywhere else. And that's why you call it Americana, so you can just be cool. So anyways, here's our new single.
Hey,
Are you?
You got this kick drum, Nick?
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Give me that heartbeat. You always seem to agree with everyone you meet. Will you smile and say, "Oh, I know," despite some thoughts of your own? Fear is a base to behold. You live that way 'cause you know
It's a lonely place. And they
alright, it's a lonely place
on the
straight line, straight line, straight line. Well, you sure got a lot of friends who won't stand by in the end. You got so many places to be to keep up your notoriety of your own show. You live that way 'cause you know
it's a lonely place. And they
alright, it's a lonely place
on the
straight line, straight line, straight line. If you want to live that way, well, it's up to you. But it looks like a dirty hotel room. Well, see, I have rented out that same place, but at a price I could not afford to pay. It's a place not fit to go. You live that way 'cause you love.
it's a lonely place. And they
Alright, it's a lonely place
on the
straight line, straight line, straight line. Hey, thank you.
Hey, Nick, you can split the difference on my vocal and come down a little bit.
So, are any of y'all on Spotify? Cool. We have like 2 followers, and so we would love for you to follow us or whatever you do on that thing, because that song's on there and it's brand new and it just came out. So we're my one and only, and you could be number 3. I mean, just think, you could be our 3rd follower. How cool would that be? It'd be pretty awesome. it's okay. You don't have to feel sorry for us. Everybody has to start somewhere. So, anyways, you should follow us and get music for free because that's what people do nowadays. Just get it for free. We do have CDs, but I don't think anybody remembers what those are.
Get back there.
But anyway, that's our new single.
Well, because of the election happening right now, I feel like we should switch up our set list and do something.
I feel like you're so
that's
far
not
away
on
from
there.
me. Okay, I'm ready.
This is like one of the very few political songs we've ever written. We wrote it during quarantine.
Zach had like 16. He's like, enter my next political song. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I had a friend one time who was telling me about a theory he had. It was called the 70-15-15 theory. And I said, friend, what's the 70-15-15 theory? And he said, for any given issue, maybe it's a political issue or maybe it's a religious issue or something like that. You got 15% of people who are on one side of that issue and they know real strongly why they believe on that side. They're studied. And you got 15% of people who are on the other side of that issue and they also know strongly why they believe on that side of the issue. And so I said, hey, what about the rest of the 70% of people? And he said, those are the people in the middle. And they could be swayed to either side depending on who they talk to or what information they hear. They're not as well studied as the others, so they can be swayed. And it got me to thinking, which one am I? Am I a 70%er or am I a 15%er? It's the tried and true way you're living,
To just take whatever we're given.
they've gotten so good at turning the wheels. Now the people do it for them. They string us along and try to make us a deal. So we're in a place we can't ignore them.
I saw it on the TV, a California sweetie. She said it on the microphone. It was wrapped up neatly. It would be so easy to take it as your own. But I'm just another voice on a lover's still string, and that don't really stand to change anything. But surely all of us can decide if we take on the tried and true way you're living, to just take whatever we're given. America.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, y'all. That's our political song. Now we're truly Americana artists.
Strictly nonpartisan message. Well, I had a friend bring up a thought to me that I had never thought about. And it was the idea that he wanted to move to a certain place, northern Georgia. He wanted to move there because the sun lasted later into the evening. It was in the west side of a time zone. And all my life, I'd never thought about moving somewhere just because of how late the sun lasted into the evening. And so I thought that was an interesting idea. And so that's where this song came from. This one's called The West Side of a Time Zone. I went down a... You ready, Cass?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I went
Down the road. That's not even where it
why don't we
starts
start
at.
together?
You gotta start when I start. There
Ready?
we go. Stop it.
Went down the road, it looked good to me, but it was a dead end. You see, a glimmer of a light caught my eye. I was running from the night. If I'm gonna be all alone, put me on the west side of a time zone. I called up a friend to shoot the breeze. He's got kids and a family. He can't spend all day talking to me. After all, I was just lonely. If I'm gonna be all alone, put me on the west side of a time zone. When there's no seeds to be sown, you only rent, you never own. If I'm gonna be all alone, put me on the west side of a time zone. Put me on the west side. Put me on the west side. Put me on the west side of a time zone.
Thank you. That's another song we wrote during quarantine. We had so much time on our hands being musicians. It's a good thing we were productive. We wrote a lot of songs. We recorded a lot of new songs too. We have a studio in our house upstairs that Ben built, and he produces our albums and a lot of independent artists in Nashville. And so I married the right one for many reasons, but not because his cable is not staticky.
Sorry about that. That's my cable, Nick. I apologize.
It's rock star. Like that.
Are we allowed to get sensitive here?
I think we already are.
Like, you know, Jewel had a song one time that said, "I'm sensitive and I'd like to stay that way." Anybody know that one? That was a good record. That was when she was about 12 years old, I think, right?
That was the B-side.
No, that was on the record.
Nobody knows that song but you.
No, I think people know it.
Nope, no one's going to raise their hand, not even out of guilt. Have you heard that song? Okay. Because nobody listened to Jewel when she was 12.
That was one of her best records, actually.
So, I like to laugh and joke about pretty much everything in life, but this song really does mean a lot to me. And it's like, because it's foggy, I can't see if you're not paying attention, or if you don't want to get sensitive with me, that's okay. Because I'm looking into the fog and it just feels right. But my mama has been really sick for the past couple of years. And she's been in the hospital since September the 8th with either being in the hospital or in a rehabilitation center. And I tell you what, she's the toughest lady I've ever met. And there's nothing like a mama's love. We don't have any children of our own, but I just can't imagine. I just know the love that she gives me and that I give her. And anyway, her health is slowly declining. Well, actually, rapidly declining. And I really wanted to write her a song. And so when she was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago, Ben and I wrote this song in an afternoon, and I went up to the hospital and played it on my iPhone speaker, and she just wept. And it's a brand new song, and not many people have heard it, but it's for my mom, and it's called My Favorite Parts of You, brand new.
There's a little bit of Southern culture for you, too. Anybody lived in the South before? I can't even see if you're raising your hand anyway.
Well, I'm from Alabama, so you'll
Here's
get it.
Some Southern culture for you.
It was Saturday at the Conoco. You were in the back, cutting checks for payroll. I was counting up some play money, pretending I was answering your phone. Would lock it up for the night, said we wouldn't be back till Monday morning light. And on the way you'd let me steer while I was on the passenger side. I've been watching you, and I've been thinking it too. How all the best parts of me are my favorite parts of you. The sound of your screen door closing brings me back to a table overflowing with large elbow mac and cheese, southern boiled pinto beans, and all the pots and pans just soaking. You turn and ask me what I think. Did I maybe want some unsweet tea to drink? You'd fill my glass up to the top, and I'd go and grab the lemon by the sink. I've been watching you, and I've been thinking it too. How all the best parts of me are my favorite parts of you. And all the things I do, they remind me of you. How all the best parts of me are my favorite parts of you. And all the best parts of me are my favorite parts of you. For my mama. Hey, call your mama. Thanks, y'all. Well, Ben and I are, this is about the 7th day into our month-long tour, and we've been playing a lot in Ohio. We started in Eaton, and then we played in, I think it's pronounced Massillon. Is that right? Massillon. I probably say it a little country. Oh, Massillon. And then we're here, and tomorrow we're in Columbus, and then we're in Canton and Youngstown, and all. I don't know. We're in Youngstown now. Shit. We like Ohio a lot. So we have a couple different CDs out, and this was our last single on our most recent album. It's called You Never Ask How I'm Doing Anymore. And I don't know if you've ever had anybody in your life that you had this amazing relationship with, being as a family member or maybe someone that you were in love with, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, and something shifted, something changed, and then all of a sudden it's like they just kind of disconnected, and it was all about them. And you were still willing to give so much, but you couldn't walk away. So that's kind of where this song idea came from, and it's called You Never Ask How I'm Doing Anymore. Heck, you could be the person that's like that. Maybe you need to check your heart. I couldn't just let it be somber. You're trying to talk over the sounds of the radio, but the words were love. I can't pay attention, but you won't have any of that. So I just keep on driving, and you just keep on finding faults in everything I do. You asked where I was going, I said I was just waiting on you. To make up your mind, I know you're just trying to get what you need. A little attention. Could we ever go back to what it was before? You never asked how I'm doing anymore. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. We the sounds of the radio, but the words were lost. Could we ever go back to what it was before? You never asked how I'm doing anymore. Thanks, y'all. That one's on Spotify and over there on CD too. Give me a swig of that water. So I know that pretty much all of you came for Zach. And how awesome is he? Was he? Is he?
Yeah.
We
Can't see him out there.
he's outside. I think he's outside. But we were grateful to be able to share this show with him. And you know, it's always interesting when you play in a new city you've never played in before. So thank you for sticking around for us too. We know you don't have to, so I appreciate that. And this place is super cool. Like, we'd never been here before, and when we came in, we were just like, wow. Like, this is if we lived here, we would totally hang out here.
It's the first time I've ever played right next to a bowling lane. I think that's really awesome.
We're literally standing on a bowling lane.
That's true.
These are the lines that I've accidentally crossed but busted my bottom. This is the floor. I'm like, oh, I'm on it, and it's not slick at all. So, Nate, thank you for having us here. Sometimes, you know, people they might book somebody, and you take a chance on them. So that was very kind of him, especially during the pandemic, to take a chance on somebody he's never heard before. So thank you for having us wherever you're at. That's really cool of you.
Yeah.
And I hope that next time you'll all come back and see us and bring all your friends and your enemies too. It'd be great. All of them. All of them.
That guy.
Oh, you brought him. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Is it naturally? Okay, so what?
Let's turn a corner.
Wait, all right, we're turning a corner. So Ben and I write a lot. We're married, so we try to make appointments to write together. And so I'm always getting us into something noodle a little softer. It's so distracting when I try to talk. Like at church when they're noodling, I'm always like ADD. Anyway, so I had heard about this contest. It was for a Canadian product called Halsa, and they make all organic, super clean, vegan, good for you yogurt. And they were doing a contest, and they wanted someone to write a love song to be their song for their product. And they wanted you to write what love meant to you, because what love meant to them was all natural, super clean ingredients. I'm sure that their yogurt probably tasted like crap. But I don't know, maybe it was good. Put some honey in it, whatever. So I said, Ben, we should write a song, because it'd be a really good exercise, and I think we could do this. So quite naturally, we wrote this song, and it's called Naturally, and then we fell in love with it. But as we sing it, just imagine singing it to your favorite yogurt, or your favorite almond milk, or your favorite loved one. I've been walking with my feet in the air. I've been finding something right just up there. It's something that I never knew before, darling. Naturally, I'm yours. Don't even care if they'll understand that I've been flaking down on all my plans. I hear my baby knocking on my door, darling. Naturally, I'm yours. When you look me in the eyes, I never felt so sad. Give it up for yogurt. Thank you. You'll never look at your yogurt the same. Or you'll sing to it while you eat it. Great.
Did I lose my guitar? Nick.
I've been lonely a long, long time, but now lonely is no friend of mine. I've said things that I don't mean, seen a lot of things should have never said, but those things I cannot change. I have learned from my mistakes, learned to give and not just take. It's the bet I made. I've been lonely a long, long time, but now lonely is no friend of mine. Get out! I've had time to think it through, what else is there for me to do with those days that aren't so long? There is one thing that's for sure, couldn't live there anymore. Well, that time has come and gone. Oh, I've been lonely a long, long time, but now lonely is no friend of mine. No, 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 no. I've been lonely a long, long time, but now lonely is no friend of mine. Left that town and I won't look back, like a train moving on down the track with a destiny. When you finally get your hand on that key, see what took so long to say. Well, the truth will set you free. Oh, oh, I've been lonely a long, long time, but now lonely is no friend of mine. But now lonely is no friend of mine. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. So, Ben and I spend a lot of time on the road when there's no coronavirus going around. She kind of ruined everything. But the one thing that we've kind of realized when we're on the road, we always wish that we were home. And then when we're on the road, we always wish that, wait, did I say the same thing? We always want something that we're not doing. Did I say the right thing?
You're all around it.
I was kind of trying to listen to her conversation because I have ADD. And
What is she talking about back there?
Politics.
What she's trying to say
She
is...
said she's voting for
we-
Kanye. What?
Is that what happened?
That's what she said.
Yeah, watch
Michael
The
Scott
Office
for
all over.
president.
What she was trying to say is, we have this funny conditions as humans, and it's that we're never satisfied with where we're at. This one's called Running Me. It's about being on the road.
I really shrewded that one up. I'm sorry.
People are going to grab that one.
They laughed. There was like 2 of them. That's all that matters. Really shrewd it down.
Drove 900 miles to NYC, played a hotel bar so we could sleep for free. Cut a record in a Brooklyn warehouse. It was one of a kind, but now they're all sold out. Played a show in Philly on our way back, made $35 at Connie's Regret. We hit every thrift store in this town. Let's pack it all up and head back south. I wish that I was up around the bend, somewhere miles ahead. But my mind is back home in Tennessee. This road is running me. I was thinking of lyrics for a new song, and you were sleeping beside me with the seatbelt on. I don't wake up in a fright every once in a while. I told you just 30 more miles. Getting late to Kalamazoo, went through a strange house to find our room. I hadn't been clean in a couple days. Turned the water on, but it hadn't been paid. I wish that I was up around the bend, somewhere miles ahead. But my mind is back home in Tennessee. This road is running me. I wish that I was up around the bend, somewhere miles ahead. But my mind is back home in Tennessee. This road is running me. Keep on running, keep on running, keep on running, keep on running, keep on running. We 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 keep on running.
Thanks, y'all. It's a new one that'll be coming out in a couple months.
Anybody listen to country music in here? Anybody a fan of a lady named Tanya Tucker. It's like crickets out there,
Besides the
except for the political conversation
Yeah.
in the back.
Biden, Trump, Kanye.
So Tanya Tucker, she sang that song Delta Dawn. We know the song Delta Dawn by Tanya Tucker. Yeah, she's singing it up front here. Tell us about some pants, Cass.
Well, first of all, Tanya Tucker was 13 years old when she released that single and it went #1. And she was wearing hot pants before anybody even knew what they were. Before they were hot. And no 13-year-old should have been dressed that way. But whatever. I love Tanya Tucker so much. And anyways, Tanya was doing this like sale in an hour south of us in Columbia. She owned like this big building, and it was just full of like her clothes and just all kinds of stuff. And she decided to sell all of this stuff and give it back to the musicians that were out of work during COVID, which was really awesome, but we didn't get any of that. But would have been cool. But instead, we went down there and I said, I want to go through some of her stage clothes because I would just love to own some of her clothes. And so I found these most amazing, wonderful bell-bottom pants, and they basically look like your grandma's curtains, and they're amazing. But anyways, we wrote this song, and I really felt like Tanya Tucker needs to cut this song. And it was funny because we played a place in Nashville called The Sutler, and Tanya's daughter, her name is Layla, and she also plays there. And so she was playing there one day, and we decided to go and have a little date night, go out to dinner. And we knew that no way Tanya would come there because she's super busy and her daughter plays all the time. And that never even crossed my mind, like for real. So anyways, we're sitting there having dinner and drinks, and Ben said, don't turn around right now, but I think that's Tanya Tucker sitting directly behind you. And I was like, no way. And then I heard her talk in a raspy voice. And I was like, that's her. I don't even have to see her. And so anyways, I fangirled out in my brain. And we sat through the show, and we ended up getting a selfie together. And she sang along to all the words of her daughter's song. And she just kept yelling and stealing the show from the audience. And she was like, eat that microphone, baby. Eat it. Get on up, girl. And then she got up and sang Delta Dawn. And it was absolutely terrible, like a train wreck. It was wonderful. I was so glad that I got to witness it and record it. But anyways, I showed her the picture of the pants that I bought. And she was like, oh, yeah. I said, Lord knows what she's done in those pants. Thank you, dry cleaning. But anyways,
I told you that you should have wore those pants.
He
the
did.
day before, I said, you should wear those pants to that show.
He did.
Just think about if Cassie showed up in Tanya Tucker's pants, meeting Tanya Tucker. I mean, how awesome would that
How
be?
creepy would that be?
Does she still have the pants?
What's that?
Did she tell you the story about the pants, though? Or does she still have them?
No, I bought them.
She bought.
I bought them for
Cassie
$10.
owns them now.
I own them. I bought them for $10, and I was pissed I couldn't get them for $8. But but she remembered them, which I was surprised. And then her daughter Layla said, "Oh my gosh, I have the same ones in pink. If I can find them, I'll give them to you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love you." So, anyways, we wrote this song, and even longer part of that story is I gave the CD of this song to Layla, and I said before that night, I said, I wrote this song, and I really want your mama to hear it. I think she could kill this song. And so she said, I'll give it to Mama. And then she put it in her Land Rover in the CD player. And then it kind of broke, and it wouldn't work. And so it's been in the shop ever since. And so it's stuck in her CD player. And you're Tanya Tucker's daughter. Just ask your mama for some money and get your damn thing fixed. But Tanya ain't giving her no money. So we wrote this song, and hopefully Tanya will cut it, and then we'll be rich. And I can buy my own pants. Then people will be buying my pants. It's called Skin and Bones. We wrote this with Tiffany Williams. Brand new. Our love is skin and bones. Your left it and you left it alone. It's feeding off the memories of the good times come and gone. Our love is skin and bones. Darling, I always told you the truth, even if that's something you could do. Every sweet promise unraveled in time. I was yours, but you weren't mine. Our love is skin and bones. You left it and you left it alone. It's fading off the memories of the good times come and gone. Our love is skin and bone. You know I'm under your spell. But do you remember just how far we fell? You say you still love me, but it's not the same. You won't need affection, I won't need your love. Our love is skin and bones. You left it and you left it alone. It's feeding off the memories of the good times come and gone. Our love is skin and bones. Our love is skin and bones. You left it and you left it alone. It's feeding off the memories of the good times come and gone. Our love is skin and bones. Our love is skin and bones. Thanks, y'all.
Well, again, thank you all for hanging out with us. We are my one and only, and we got some CDs over here if you like anything. But most people aren't listening to CDs, so if you're like, hey, I want to get something else, we got some T-shirts and a brand new hoodie over here. So come check it out after this last song if you feel like it. And check us out on Spotify. Just get our music for free if you feel like it too.
Yeah, we have some cards over here that you can grab for free. Come say hello. We'd love to meet you and connect with you in some way. May it be through mailing list or Instagram or some way whatsoever, but we'd love to meet you. And thank you for sticking around with us. And thank you, Nate, for having us. And thank you for making us sound good in this amazing fog to really set the mood.
Yeah, Nick on the sound, and yeah, appreciate that.
Molly snapping away. Yeah, so we have a new friend, and she's an amazing photographer. And I don't know if any of y'all are getting married or doing engagement pictures, or if you just need pictures of something. But she's in the back with a light on her. And the name of, yes, make some noise because her photography is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I was stalking her Instagram page before we got up here, and I'm pretty sure it's called Little Black Bird. Is that right? Yes, Little Black Bird Photography. So she's local here. She's homegrown, and you need to get
And
your
her
pictures
photos are
taken.
right on the back wall here. I
They're
believe.
all over here. Yeah, super good. She make you look pretty.
Yeah, thank you all again for coming out. This is our first time ever to play or to be in Youngstown, Ohio. So appreciate you all. I got some relatives right across the border in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. And one of my relatives, Tina's here. Thanks for being here, Tina. We're going to sing one more song for y'all. This is This is the note we'll leave you on. This is one wrote called Stumbling Stone. You know, the grace of God has been a powerful force in my life the last couple years particularly. And you know, I think particularly in this election time, I've seen that grace and love, whether it's from God or whether it's from people, is one of the most powerful forces in this world. I think grace and love can open up the hardest of hearts. I think it can change the toughest of minds. Don't underestimate it. This one's called Stumbling Stone.
I was walking the road alone. I stumbled on the stumbling stone. My shoulders suffering a heavy load. I stumbled on the stumbling stone. Glory to God in the highest, for he has done great things. But men of earth are stripped to silence when they behold their King. Every sea that I had song fell upon the stumbling stone. Glory to God in the highest, for he has done great things. But men of earth are stripped to silence when they behold their King. They behold their King. Thank you so much, y'all. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you so much to Zach for sharing the show with us. Good job. Hopefully we'll maybe get to do it again. And keep up with all of us. Come say hello. We'd love to meet you. God bless.